Hi, this is Rob Jamweb for Waxadis Music, and what I'm going to show you today is a quick tutorial on how to overcome stumbling blocks and writer's block and so forth. So if you feel that you're producing and you've dried up slightly in the studio, your normal conventional way of doing things has run its course, you maybe perhaps need to try a few different things and look beyond the box. So what I do normally is when I make a lot of house music and techno, as you all know, and a lot of disco-based music. But what I tend to do when I am struggling is I tend to revert back to hip-hop, which was my teenage music, my childhood music, so forth. Because it's something that I can do easily. It's very freestyle, and it's a lot more flexible than house is. For example, house is quite strict and rigid a lot of the times. Not always, but with hip hop you can be a lot more looser, and it can also doing a different genre can shake you out of your music blues. So what I do is I get up Ableton and I'll get a drum rack, and in Ableton 10 and in Ableton 9 obviously, in all the Abletons, but in Ableton 10 there's loads of great new drum patterns, drum packs, and one I found which I really like is the Swan Song, and it's got a proper old school hip hop feel to it, which is I'm just going to plug my headphones in now and I'm going to boot them up, and here we go. I have to put headphones on because of the feedback from speakers to the microphone. So what I do is I've got this Swan Song software up, and basically it's a drum pack within the drum rack, and it's got these, and I just love that old sort of 80s style snare. I'm just going to turn that down slightly. Okay, so what we do is in this also there's this little sort of brass sound which is pretty cool. It's raw, it's nasty, it's in the key of F, and then there's also this tin flute sound, and then there's the cosmic pad, which is kind of like a techno sort of sound, which is really nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a track that starts off with this, and I'm going to pitch bend the horns. Like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit record. I'm going to set it to 100 BPM, and I'm just going to take the loop off, and I'm going to press record and see what we'll come up with. And that's it. And then we're going to get those in time, and then we'll see what we've got. Okay, so double click on that and then select them all and quantize. Straightforward, no messing about. So we've got that in there, and all I've done is pitch bend it, and then I'm going to copy it over, double click on it again, but this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate those notes and put them onto the cosmic pad so that they are now in the same and like so, and it's just a little bit of fun. It just, and then what I can do is now and put a beat on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that channel, duplicate that down, and we're going to get rid of the notes that we've recorded in, change the colour if you were producing a full track, for example. And on the third one here, I'm going to copy that over again, so we've got 4 instances of that. And then on the third one, I'm going to plug in a beat. So I'm going to put the metronome back on, and I'm going to press the right record button first. Just take that off. Here we go. I've just programmed in a very little simple traditional sort of beat, and I'm going to select all of those, quantize. There you go. Take that off, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that over, double click, and then I'm going to get one of the dots, one of the squares, put it onto the hi-hats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Duplicate, 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 and then on the last one I'm going to put an open up like that, and then I move that across there. And there you go. That's just that. I've just knocked that together. It's just been a bit of fun. And now what I can do is I can put in a different synth. So I'm going to get the Tyrell synth, which I've got here already, and in this I'm going to open it up. And the Tyrell synth is completely free, by the way. I've done several videos with this software. It's brilliant. I'm going to get a funk lead, and that's going to be. And let's just change a few of the settings on that. Make the sustain last a bit longer. And the release. And then the cut off. Turn the volume up. Like so. And I'm going to just turn that up as much as I can. And then I'm going to press record. I'm just going to copy that over there. Like this. Loop that section. And just start the track. And here it goes. You know, and there you go, just a little track I've just put together. You could put an auto filter on, obviously, on this bit here if you automate it in later on and like this. And so on. So there you go. I've just made a quick track. It's just got me out of a rut, and now I'm like, oh yeah, what can I put on there now? So I'll probably go and get a drum sample and put some sort of beat on top, or you know, an effect, and just build the track and get some of these old school 80s beats like this, look. And just throw a loop in there and see what happens there. And that just helps it along. Bring back the filter. So there you go. A quick and surefire way to, you know, get yourself some creativity back if you're feeling in a bit of a rut. Just experiment and do stuff that you wouldn't normally do. And that's the important thing. Is if you're in a rut, whether you make hip hop, whether you make house, techno, garage, whatever. You know, if you're in a rut, step away from it and start to do something fresh. And now you could perhaps even take those stabs from there, which are, you could put that into a house track. You know, or whatever, and that definitely can be used in a house track or techno record, whatever you want to do. So that's it. So there you go, a quick simple video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video and comment and email me on the links provided on the social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If you want any advice or tips, or just want to discuss music in general, please get in touch. Thank you, and watch the next video, which is coming out next week. Thank you and goodbye.